So in what proportion it comes in a former one, and how the proportion is changed between in the latter one. So I won't tell you come up and change the side, etc. You will do on your own. You will rotate on your own, and you will do mat people, Utthita Parshakonasana and Virabhadrasana too. So the stand is, I won't suggest when to change the side. You can change the side on your own and have lap psychosis. Everything should be probed, perception, probed, sensation, probed, cognition, probed. So the watching, sensing, etc. is different culture in lab process. In a lab process, for you to have better objective understanding of the concepts and ideas which are put forth in the class. So when you have to give body benefits, it implies that you have to use your both the limbs in the best possible optimum manner. Because the body is the body system, matter and organs are major beneficiaries there. But when you go for second module, try to understand how will you tackle it. So there is exhalative breath, there is retentive breath, there is inhalative breath, there is linear breath, there is circuitous breath. I just now briefed you about it. Heavy duty, normal duty, feather touch duty. They are highly propitious to serve your purpose. Then there are Panchavayu breathing, concept of Panchavayu breathing. Then Prana Kriyadin breathing. So watching, sensing, feeling, cognizing, and understand, develop the skill to orchestrate. So that becomes symphonic orchestra. You don't have anywhere in Western classical music cacophonic orchestra. Because Western music gives prominence to symphony. Western music gives importance to symphony. And therefore, you know that concept, chamber music, symphonic. And you don't have cacophonic. There is no cacophonic orchestra. So see that you give importance to symphony within you, which is a proper arrangement, proper conduction. Objectify the subjectivistic things. That is important fabric in the culture of yoga. Objectifying the subjectivistic things. Your pronoun I should be objectified. Your mind should be objectified. Otherwise, always it operates in subjective realm. It should be objectified. Your intelligence should be objectified. Otherwise, intelligence also works in subjective realm. So mad people, when you finish what is assigned to you, you can go for Adho Mukha Svanasana. If you complete your assignment, while the Utthita people, when you finish the left side, let go, and you can do Vrukshasana, Tadasana. Tadasana in your place before I call for changeover. So again, the physical culture, Bredo culture, Pavana culture, Bredo body culture, and the body attender consideration and the Pavana consideration. On the basis of the same what you did, I want you to now devise the third consideration. I won't give you any input. You will have to devise it, customize it. On the same basis, how will you go for the third consideration? Now come out. Changeover. Mind considerate condition. What is your idea? What is your concept? And how much you have the engineering skill for the mind considerate process. Find out what is the physical culture there, Beredo culture, Mindo culture, in what proportion, in what process they come. I want you to develop the whole engineering. I won't give you any input. I won't give you any input. I won't give you any clue. So it's a riddle for you to be going for the third one. So on the mat, Virabhadrasana 2, both the sides, and Parshakonasana, both the sides. So what is your idea of mind considerate condition? Which is again insufficient designation to what is implied. But for your convenience, because you can have some compression as a body considerate, breath considerate, mind considerate. And that's why I'm using that word for you. How do you have the constitution of the same ingredients, the you and yours, the whole, the components are not going to change. The components are same, but you'll have to go for different assemblement, different assembly for this particular manifestation that your position is of the mind considerate. Manasa vritti pravrutti nivrutti yoga. If that is the definition. So in classical time, it was chitta. Chitta vritti pravrutti nivrutti yoga. Proper chitta vrittis, proper chitta pravrittis, proper chitta nivrittis was yoga. So they were going to manage the chitta. That was the time, because yoga has come through all the various eons. Satya Yoga, Treta Yoga, Dwapar Yoga, Kali Yoga. So there are yoga dharmas. And in each of the yoga dharmas, yoga has gone through different treatments, and it has now come to corporeal yoga, body matter. Attend to body matter, address the body matter, make it a major beneficiary. So change of size is on your own. So the mindesture of positions, the mindesture of your position, the mindo culture of your position, which doesn't mean that others are overlooked. They all come in orchestration. They come in different ways, like in orchestra, your first fiddle, second fiddle, third fiddle, so on and so forth. So they have this similar condition. What is the first fiddle here? Figure out the first fiddle. Then there are second fiddles in orchestration, third fiddles in orchestration. So you should be able to conduct it. Again, objectifying the subjective aspects. Objectifying the subjective aspects. As and when your assignment is over, you will come out and then you will be settling down to Supta Padangusthasana with a brick under the buttocks and belt for your hands. When your assignment is over, you will come back on the mat, go on the mat, and Supta Padangusthasana with a brick across under the buttocks and right leg up. Supta Padangusthasana with a brick under the buttocks across. Flat brick, not Setuban brick, not vertical brick. Flat brick across the below the waist under the buttocks. And belt for your hand, right leg up. And be in lap psychosis to compare between the three modules. The two I elaborated, one I left it to you. So find out how they have different purposes. Change of site won't be suggested. You will have to render all the three for your comparison. Have on the as-will, body considerate, power considerate, and mind considerate. So find out how the process purpose change. Objectify all that. Objectify the subjectivistic aspects. So understand the realm of the first module, realm of second module, and realm of third module. What did you miss? What you should have considered but did not consider in the momentum of the class? What did you miss so far in your inclusion and observation? Maybe you did not include so many things. In the first form of yoga, which is our time yoga, corporeal yoga, physical, skeletal, anatomical, that is corporeal yoga. What did you miss? What did you miss to include? What did you miss in your observations? What did you miss in your cognitions? So have little critical eyes on that you had the process so far. What did you miss in including and observing? Maybe you missed something which you should have included, but did not include for various reasons because of the momentum of the class. So instate what you missed in inclusion and in your observations and cognitions, etc. So how the physical culture, Vedo culture, Mindo culture, same components come for the three different renditions. Three different renditions. Body considerate, Pavana considerate, mind considerate. The change of sites won't be suggested. So find out, is anything not circumscribed in your executions? Your body, your mind, your breath, your senses, your systems, cognitive, sensitive, perceptive, awarenessative, memory, thought. So find out if anything is left out, because you have to circumscribe the whole of which you are made up of. What is that you miss because of your habituation and because of the gravity that the teacher creates in a class for you? All the teachers will try to create a gravity for you, and you work under that gravity, and many things are missed, many things are overlooked. In other words, those who are read the Ashtadasha Mahakriyas, find out what usually you miss. How can you put them in place? That's why I wrote that book, so that you will have some kind of support system to see that it becomes very, very inclusive process. But many of you have not taken the reading of the book. Don't bother to read it. Don't bother to know it. And therefore, many things will be always excluded from your process. In order that nothing is excluded, not only that your embodiment is included, you also include the ethos of yoga. You also include the culture of yoga. And therefore, the Ashtadasha Kriyas was penned down for you to understand the inclusiveness. Now, if you try to incorporate all that, you will not miss so many things which are usually missed, because under the gravity which you work, under the gravity that the teachers give you. Now, why did I suggest this particular Suptapada Uttanasana with a brick under the buttocks? Now, as and when you finish the left side as well, you will try to do the same once again without the brick, and try to figure out why the brick was given to you. What was the contribution of the brick? For the whole rendition, body considerate, breath, pavana considerate, mind considerate, why the brick was given. So you will have comparison when you do the brick full set Padangusthasana and brick less Padangusthasana. What is the purpose of it? Purpose of it, purport of it. Because usually you think all these props are there for you to do something better. Your postures to do better, you use the props. But you don't understand that the props are to be used for your better cognition, better comprehension, better understanding, better culture, better cultural evolvement. So what is the purpose of doing brickless Padamushtasana and brickful Padamushtasana? So when you have three considerate conditions and the whole orchestration. Therefore, sometimes I had said, although I had spoken about the three dimensions, posture, breathesture, mindesture. Posture, breathesture, mindesture. I had also referred to speechesture, or you can call it thoughtesture. There must be thought processes in yoga. Now, thought processes are also considered as speech processes. Because if you are having a thought process, the thought is not just mental, the thought is with the help of the speech, the speech system that you have. When you refer to someone as a great thinker, when you refer to someone as a great thinker, we fail to cognize that he's actually a good speaker. You can't identify a good thinker without that person being a good speaker. Only by the speech, the way he speaks, you say he's a great thinker. So, but we don't relate the thought and speech. So there is speechesture, there is thoughtesture, which are actually two sides of the same coin. You cannot come across. You don't think there is not a great thinker at all. Suppose somebody is a numb person, doesn't have speech organ at all working, dumb person. So will you conclude a dumb person is always not a good thinker? There are no basis to say that because the person is dumb, he's not a great thinker. Because we try to identify a good thinker by the speech that he makes. But the dumb person doesn't speak at all. But that doesn't mean that he's not a good thinker. Because although he's dumb, he has a thought process which is a silent speech, which we cannot hear, but that is why he can be a great thinker. Finishing the left side as well, they will go down. As and when you finish the left side. So in the beginning, I give you three dimensions: posture, posture, mindesture. Later, I introduce also speechesture and thoughtesture. And how important that is in yoga has to be identified. Now, as and when you finish the left side, you all will be settling in Brick Setuban Sarvangasana. And shelling from my side will be over. Don't use the brick on the mat. Use the brick for head and shoulder. You know only the shampoo head and shoulder. You don't know the mat head and shoulder. So make your mat head and shoulder. settle down in Setu 1 and do little homework with regards to what I said in the class. Most of it is all something is gone into oblivion, which was so vital, which I said in the beginning. That when you chanted the invocations and prayers, I said that is the function of your pavana. That's the function of your breath. That is the function of your vayu. So right from the first precept of the class, try to browse through. Can you just browse through and make sure that you don't miss anything in recollection? You don't miss anything in the recollection from all the first precept of the class, which I told you after the invocation. And then throughout the class, find out what was. So try to recall, recollect. So when you recollect, recall, it will be saved. That's how you can be saving. Otherwise, you're all used to mechanical process of saving. There is only a button, press the save button, it's saved. So make some endeavor to see that you don't forget all that has been said so far in the class as a precept, as a principle, as a precept, as a concept, as an idea. If your recollection stops, you don't continue to recall, and you feel you have recalled everything, or nothing can be now recalled, if that is the condition, try to ponder over that whatever you have recalled, whatever you recollected, try to ponder over. Because there was much matter worth pondering over. This is one of the reasons why our mind wanders. I'm playing with the word. I'm playing with the words. Our mind wanders because we fail to identify ponder worthy contents in the mind. We don't ponder, therefore the mind wanders. Anyway, thank God that I am disempowered. I cannot get behind you now. The class as such is over. So we are all relieved from me. Come out, come up, clear the mess. For you to be getting organized, you have to create so much of mess around. attend to
Thank you.
wardrobes, windows.
तमाम
Thank you. Thank you.
प्रश्न
धन्यवाद.